Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new episode of
MomChitChat.
So I hope you've been enjoying the segment so far. Please remember, if you have any comments, any questions, any topics you'd like us to discuss, feel free to slide into our DM on Instagram at MomChitChat TV, on YouTube at MomChitChat TV, on Facebook, and get back to us if there's anything you'd like us to talk about. So my name is Nicole Chikwe, and I'm the founder of TK Wellness.
My name is Modipe Enila, founder of Hi Mom Zone.
And I'm Jane Ogoye, founder of Fab Mom NG.
Okay, ladies, are we ready?
Yes, we
Delve
are.
into today's hot topic.
Yes.
So today's question is, or the hot topic is rather, who is raising our children with our current busy schedules? Is it the nannies or is it us? And how do we balance that responsibility with getting the help that we need with our current schedules? Let's discuss. Who's raising our kids?
So there's a saying that raising a child, you can't be the only one raising your child. It takes a community. It takes different people. So I think it's not just us. It's the nanny. It's you. It's their teachers. It's the environment.
That's true.
Right.
So it's not just us.
Like she said, it's everybody. Everybody has a circle. Everyone has a support system. So basically, the whole works. Everybody is raising our children.
I agree. So like it takes a village, right?
Yes, it does.
Exactly.
And everyone has to be involved. I don't think, especially in this day and age where we are expected to make something of ourselves, that it's realistic to look to women alone to raise children.
That's true.
So yes, as much support as you can get, build your own village.
Yes.
Of like nannies, grandparents, husbands,
Drivers.
hopefully.
Yes.
There are a lot of people that are involved in raising a child. It's supposed to be a community thing anyway. So yeah, I think that's pretty much where it is currently, especially in Nigeria.
That's true.
How do we balance it? Like, do we find that our kids maybe spend more time with the nannies, or do we know of people who kind of leave the responsibility of the children to the nannies? Like, okay, I don't want to see the child between 6 a.m. At 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I can do just like a quick hello, see how you're doing, but I don't want noise in my house. You know, I'm paying you, so you deal with the mess for me.
Well, do that at your own peril. But everybody's circumstances is different or are different.
Right.
The makeup of my home won't be like yours, and likewise you. So every home has its own peculiarity. For a mom who is like a 9-to-5er, it's almost inevitable that that part of parenting will be outsourced. So now it boils down to who is raising your babies. Is it the crèche? Is it your nanny? Is it your mother-in-law or your mom, as the case may be? Some women are actually very lucky to have their husbands very hands-on.
Yes.
I know of career moms whose husbands are entrepreneurs. So they sort of tie their schedule around that. So we still know of dads who do drop-offs and pickups. We also know of dads who are able to know, it's time for my daughter to have a new hairstyle, my son to have a new haircut, because he understands that the wife's job doesn't afford her that, I don't want to use the word luxury, but afford her that time to fill in that role. So you also have dads, let's not put that aside. We also have dads who are filling that role. We also have people who have to moms who have to rush off to work very early. And we now see moms, especially in the corporate world, who are going back to work after 3 months having their babies. So what do you fall back on? Some offices actually have crèches now,
Which is fantastic.
which makes a whole lot of sense. So you can quickly jump from the first floor to the down floor, check on the baby if you have to breastfeed. You also have moms who have resorted to nannies, live-in nannies or live-out nannies. So whatever works for you, it's fine. But just make sure that you do not outsource the most important role. So even if you work in 9 to, because we don't really have 9-to-5s now, you have 9 to 8, 9 to 9. So even when you come back late, ensure that you check in. So once in a while, you can say, okay, outsource, leave the bathing of the children for me at night. So for you, that can be a way through which you can bond with your child.
Right.
So, but I know it won't be possible to do that 5 days in a week.
Yes.
So you can just give yourself a target, say, okay, maybe twice a week. I must ensure I bath my children in the evenings. So that can be some way you can bond with your child. So no matter who is raising your child, it doesn't matter, as long as giving you time to face other things, because you also do have a life.
Yes.
Ensure that you're involved, no matter how little.
Absolutely.
I agree with you. I agree with you. So when I had my first child, I had to stay with my mom for 2 years. At that time, I was still a 9-to-5er. So for the first 2 years, we were with my mom. I learned, yes, we were with my mom for the first 2 years, and she took care of my child until I got a nanny. I got someone, but then I wasn't really okay with her attitude. So we just had to go back to my mom, and we're there for 2 years. We only come home every Friday.
Really?
And go back, yes, and then go back Sunday evening. Till I got the woman with me now, the nanny with me, and she's really experienced. So far, we've not had any issues. She's been doing really well. She has 7 kids herself, so she's had 7, yes. So she's a veteran, veteran. So to an extent, I trust her. Not totally, but at least because she's experienced, I understand. I know that she'll be able to handle my kids better. But at the same time, I don't leave her to do everything. My children's homework, I always make sure that it's me and the kids. And then when I get back from work, because I also have a beauty studio. So when I get back from the beauty studio in the evening, I'm always there. I just tell her to go have your phone, rest. Let me handle these kids till they're ready to go to bed.
Amazing. I agree with everything everyone has said. I think nannies are amazing. Nannies have been a lifesaver for me personally. I've needed that support, especially now that I have 3 children.
It's a whole lot.
It's a different ballgame altogether. So I'm so glad that I've had that support from them. I'm fortunate enough to work for myself, and a lot of times I can be at home. So I do spend a lot of time with my kids, and I'm also very lucky that my husband is very hands-on. He's very, the most hands-on dad. So that has also been really, really helpful in making sure that that parental guidance is still there. But then how do we, it seems like now we hear so many horror stories about nannies. Like, how do we get good nannies, or how can we trust the nannies that we have? I think that's like a really common question, because you can meet someone and on paper they look really amazing, but then how would you know if they're a good fit for your home, and how do you know that they're good people? How can you build that trust?
Okay, so for me, what I always say is trust your instincts. We are moms, and God has given us that instinct. I don't know how it comes, but it just comes.
Right.
And I know that more than half of the time the instincts won't lie. So once you have that touchy feeling that something is not quite right about this girl, no matter how nice she is. I don't know if you get that feeling sometimes. There's something wrong. She hasn't offended me. I've not caught her maltreating my children. But something is not just right. So it just means you need to be on your guards. Just don't be too trusting, and at the same time, don't be too suspicious. So you just have to find a way to balance it. Then again, before you hire your nanny, you need to write out, even if it's mentally, what your ideal nanny is. Do you want her to be literate enough to even help you with homework once in a while, which is not bad. Would you mind her having a phone? Would you want her to live with you? Will you want her to live out? Will you want her to have access to your room, your bedroom, to your children's room? You know, will she be cooking for you? Will she cook for your husband? Will you allow her serve your husband? So I think at the back of your mind, you should have this written down questions. You know, then when you find the nanny, I believe in hiring and firing until you get the right one. Yes, it may have some negative effects on the children, because when they are already used to a particular nanny, you know, when you have the new nanny, you have to begin to train her again.
All over again.
So, and then that whole teething period.
So sometimes because of that, we have to manage. But why manage when you know that sometimes the repercussion may be disastrous?
I agree.
So your mommy instincts won't lie. Have like a breakdown of what your ideal nanny should be, and know that if you're lucky to find 7 over 10, you are lucky, because there's no perfect nanny. Then sometimes you also have to lower expectations, especially once you have like 1 too many nannies. You want to compare being paid with Sade. You forget that Sade has worked with a white man before. You know how they come now. She has worked with many madams, so she comes experienced, and you'll be comparing Sade with Bingpe, who is just been to Lagos for the first time. So lower expectations, but still have your expectations. Then hire from trusted nannies nanny agencies.
Yes, I wanted to mention that as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's really important that you get to know your nannies.
Yes.
You don't just pick someone and say, okay, so someone said this person is okay. Get to know.
Decent.
Yes. Have conversations with her. Get to know where she's from, her culture, and her opinions about things. Just ask her questions. That way you get to know her better. So I think that is also very important.
Okay.
Then I think you can also go a step further by finding out where she worked last. Though I know sometimes they come up with the same old story. Madam traveled for Christmas.
Yeah, I've gotten like
no, it's like their default.
They are now in Egypt.
It's their default answer. Or they'll come with, my madam, they wanted to move to America, so they say I should come. I say, no, I cannot leave my family.
Yeah,
so
always that.
You know, so you can go a step further by finding out where they worked last. Then you can go a second step further by calling the person. Though I know it's dicey because sometimes they are very smart. They could also come up with a phone number of their friends. But just do your due diligence. They are referees.
Yes.
You know,
and also run a health check. It's
Exactly.
really important.
Yes,
Health check is really important.
Even before I hire anybody, before I even interview you, please, we just
it's really
check
important
so that we're not wasting each other's time. That's my main thing. Okay, so in general, nannies are good, right?
Yes.
But let's
find the right person.
And, you know, make sure you find the right person.
Yep.
So speaking of nannies, I mean, living in Nigeria, right? We have access to nannies. That's one of the great things about living here and parenting here, that additional support. Has anyone considered living abroad? Like, do you think it's something that you could do, like migrate and just start a new life abroad?
Maybe when I was much younger, but not any longer. I would rather visit and come back because I have friends who have relocated abroad. Some people left very thriving jobs for their own personal reasons, which I appreciate. But I would rather raise my children where I have a village, a family, because right now the children are on holiday. And I don't know how I would have coped with my daughters if I were overseas, because I can't even afford the childcare. It's super expensive. Thank God for my mom, except I can bring my mom overseas. And you know how our mothers are, most times they don't want to relocate. You know, so perhaps maybe when I was much younger, but I'd rather visit and come back than to move abroad. Maybe when I'm much older.
Right.
But not now.
No, even when I'm much older, I still want to stay here because it's really, family is important. You know, your environment is important. I don't want to go somewhere where I won't even be able to, you know, see someone and say, oh, hi, how are you doing over there? Or, I just want my people around me. I'd rather just go on holiday and come back here. So like 2-3 days ago, I asked a friend of mine who relocated to Canada, and I asked her that, okay, so what's up, babes? What's this? This whole traveling. Prince. Canada is a new Nigeria thing.
Isn't it?
So what's the big deal about this? And she was like, oh, that she actually traveled because of her kids. That she wanted a better life for her kids. So is it that our standard of living here is so bad that you can't raise your kids here?
That's the thing. I think that there are so many pros and cons. So many pros and cons. Obviously, the standard of living in Nigeria, let's face it, is not fantastic. Right? The infrastructure isn't great. The educational system could be better. The healthcare, wow, you're in God's hands. So there's so many downsides. But at the same time, you know, living abroad, your kids are also exposed to so many things.
That's so right.
You know, there's just so much confusion right now with
the
world.
word.
I mean, a country like Canada is fantastic for healthcare, but Canada also has like 9 nationally recognized genders currently.
Really?
Are you serious?
Yes.
9. Wow.
They're 9. And then if you don't refer to someone as their preferred pronoun, then that's hate speech. So it's just there's a lot going on. So for me, I don't know. Again, it depends on your family situation as well.
Exactly.
I know people who moved to Canada because they genuinely got much better jobs, much better paying jobs. And if you have that kind of opportunity, then
perhaps
why not? Like, why stay here and struggle?
But then the cost of living over there is quite high.
It is, but
because I know they run a pay system, pay as you earn system when it comes to the tax. So I don't know how that money will. Yes.
But I mean, if you get like a really fantastic job, let's say the job, it will probably cover up for that. But then again, that grounding, I'm big on grounding. I'm big on grounding. I know people who've lived abroad for most of their lives and turned out fantastic.
Yes.
I also know people who left Nigeria a little bit too soon and felt like they
That's
lost
true.
themselves. So I'm big on, for me, I would just want to raise my children here for as long as possible. Like we had discussed, I'd love for them to go to university. And I might even move when they go to university.
Just so that you can,
you
can be there to guide.
Yes.
London.
I'll live in the hostel with them.
Why not? Maybe that's when I'll do my PhD. So I don't know. I'm open to doing that in the future. I'm also open to kind of doing like half and half, you know. But I don't know if I could live fully abroad. Do you think that it's easier to make mom friends? We're not talking about like your family or your friends that you've known. I'm talking about mom friends, like a support system, a support network. Do you think that it's easier to do that here, or do you think it would be easier to do that abroad? Do we have like a good mom support system here?
To be candid with you, to be honest with you, you see the phrase "moms supporting moms." It's not something we practice here in this country. Yeah. That's all I just have to say. It's not.
Some people are lucky to find friends. I don't really believe in the whole childhood friends are much better than new friends. I just feel it's about the personality.
Yes.
I know there are a few good mom friends, but we don't know where to spot them. And sometimes, as much as we are looking for that perfect friend, you also have to be the perfect friend
for somebody.
Because it's really not easy. Friendship with women, that is amongst women, is not as, would I use the word straightforward as with men? They come with so many
because we are very emotional. We're emotional beings, so there's no way that our emotions won't cloud our judgment in a way as women. So I think that's just
the friendship will work when you guys, both people, share the same values, which is very important, because it makes no sense being friends with someone who is like the total. Well, you can be the total opposite of you, but you find in meeting a common ground. But you should share the same values. Then to meet mom friends, you also have to network. You also have to go out, because you can't be at home and meet
and expect
mom friends to land on your laps. You know, you also have to, when you see moms, and most times for moms with toddlers, it's easier to become friends with a fellow mom toddler, because what will break the ice? Oh, your daughter is so beautiful.
Yes, you're right.
Already, you guys have the same thing to discuss. I don't know how to put it. No, your daughter has a boil. My daughter, it happens to her. Before you know, sort of, you guys become, I don't know, how children bring us together.
Yes, they do. That's for sure.
It brings us together, but know what you want from the friendship. It should be symbiotic and not parasitic.
I think for me, the main hindrance I have with having more mom friends, that I find that moms find it hard to be vulnerable with each other and really tell the truth.
You're right.
So you would see a mom and you're like, oh, this person has it all together. How am I going to start telling this person about my issues? Because, and even when you do open up, people don't want to open up
totally
to you. So it's difficult. And then we now judge each other on our perceived notions of how the person is doing, because the person isn't being open. So I find that, like, especially, so if we're looking at social media, right? Everyone here has like a social media platform. So you go into social media and you see these moms just like, oh yeah, I woke up at 5, I did my yoga and meditation, 5:45, I felt centered and ready to start my day. What did I do? I decided I was going to cook 3 different types of snacks for my, kid, and cook for my husband, and then cook something for me, and then I was done by 7. Then by 7 I took a shower, I woke my kid. My kids sleep through the night. They were sleeping through the night since they were 3 weeks old.
I've been sleep training them from
yes, like the very perfect
mom. This is just okay. I cannot relate. I forgot to pack your snacks yesterday. I didn't wake them up in time. I'm going to be late for school. I cannot relate. So do you find that?
Yes, I do. But I've grown thick skin to social media, because it's called social media. It's called Instagram for a reason. They're just picture squares. I choose what I need to upload. I upload what I want you to think of me. I don't know how to explain. You take a selfie right now, because we are all guilty. That's the thing. You take a selfie right now and you don't like it. You are ready to take 100 more shots.
Just to get the perfect
picture, because you want people to see you as being perfect.
So something happened at my son's school. So there was this woman. We would have been a great pals or friends or something, but then she mentioned and asked me that, is that nurse person? And I was like, okay, hold up, what's happening here? I said, yes. She said, but you're a mom of 2. I said, yes. You're a mom? I said, yes. And you pierced your nose? I said, yes. Do you have any issues? She said, nothing, no, nothing. It's just that, you know. And immediately I was like, no, I'm cutting this friendship. This is not the kind of vibe I want from my friend. If you're going to be my mom friend, you have to accept me for who I am. This is me. And our values need to align.
Yeah.
You cannot just say because I pierced my nose, I'm a bad mom, or I can't mom.
What does that have to do with you being a
I don't
mom?
understand.
Right.
I don't. I mean,
so people should be able to tell, you know, like I always say on social media, pick what you want to pick and leave. Everybody is a parenting expert these days.
Yes.
But I feel that with parenting, there's no experts. Sorry, my personal opinion. There are no experts because we are all learning on the job. I'm still a work in progress. Every day I'm learning, unlearning, relearning, and even starting all over again. So, and it's not one size fits all.
Right.
No.
So, whatever works for you. But I'm like, even for business people, we are seeing the success stories. Show us the backstory.
Yes, the backstage. Yes.
So even if
for
you have
10 perfect pictures,
yes, there has to be something.
Like,
yes,
it doesn't have to be like a 0, but just give me like a
Because sometimes I also show that I'm human. Sometimes on my page, even though people may feel I'm the perfect mom, sometimes I just put it there. I f***ed up today. I forgot to pick my children on time. And guess what? I'm not ashamed. I'm just human.
Okay, so let's go into some reader questions. Please remember, if you have any questions or any topics, or any comments in general about the show, make sure you hit us up on Instagram at MomChitChat TV. Same with YouTube and Facebook at MomChitChat TV. We would love to hear from you. Okay, so should we take some reader questions?
Yes.
All right. So this is the question. The hubby and I just recently got married and we are starting our lives together. Unfortunately, he decided to quit his job and start his own business. Okay. Wow. Unfortunately, I'm not working, but both his family and mine are pressuring us to have children. I'm uncomfortable having children right now with our finances. Am I being selfish? We are both in our late 20s.
Wow, this is dicey. This is so dicey.
Making up your mind to have children, you also have to be ready for the financial implications. Because I tell people that for me, finance is my family planning, size 4. You know, because
Amen.
You know how it is. You are raising them, you are sending them to school. You have to ensure that they have the best of healthcare. You have to ensure that you dress them, of course, they have clothes.
You're feeding them. Even just feeding them is so expensive.
Their school fees. So it does take a toll on every couple who doesn't plan. So I feel for her, if she and her husband actually have to agree, if this is a consensus between both of them, then they can take their time. And luckily they're in their late 20s.
Their late 20s.
Let them have a sit down.
Yeah, there's still some time.
There's still some time, yeah.
There's still some time.
There's still some time.
My concern is whether they had like a proper conversation about their finances before they got married, because I'm not sure why at such a precarious time where you're just trying to settle down and settle into married life, maybe that might not have been the best idea to quit your job and follow like a passion project or to start a business. So I don't know. I think these hard conversations need to be had before marriage so that we can know where we are, because marriage is so financially draining, just trying to maintain a home and, it's now 2 people who have to eat and then prepare for a baby, hospital bills. So it's just, I guess, have a conversation, but you're already married. That's fantastic. I think just have a conversation. Don't rush into it. Get yourself financially prepared. It wouldn't be prudent to have a child under these circumstances, I think.
And also, you will not want to bring a child and then be bitter towards that child.
Right.
Say, you're the reason why I don't have money right now. The reason why I can't pursue this right now. So I think they need to have a sit down, have the money talk and say, okay, if we're going to have this baby, how are we going about it? What are we doing? Are we using the government-owned hospital, or we're using the private hospital? What kind of dapper brand are we going for? They need to have all these
and those conversations are so uncomfortable to have, but they're so important.
For the young unmarried people, I think they should borrow a leaf from this. have this sort of conversation
Before.
they're married.
Yes.
Because these days it's almost like in most homes, it's not like a one income source.
You want the very best for your child. Now. You will
So
not
you have
want
to. Who's going to the school fees? Is it daddy? Is it mommy? We have homes where mommy does school fees, daddy pays house rent. You know, there's nothing wrong in it. So just have that money conversation because one of the major issues in marriage is
money
and sex. So have those conversations. Yes, sex
Okay, so that's it for today's segment. Thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully see you next time on the Mom Chit Chat. Thank you. Bye.